This is the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom Voyager class Rhinox. Finally, I got this figure. I picked it up from Our Toys. Let's get this figure out of packaging. And here is Rhinox out of packaging. And not gonna lie, this figure is very good. They came out great. I love the colors. Maybe the green could use a little bit more metallic sheen to it. But the gray bits, these gold highlights, the green head sculpt, the colors they chose, really gives you that vibe of the old 90s Beast Wars Rhinox. I don't know, a lot of people are complaining about this figure, you know, color-wise, scale-wise, sculpt-wise. In robot mode, at least, he's pretty good. He's actually pretty good. I'm really impressed. If at all, if there's something that's going to be bugging me with this figure, and it's not even the transformation. We'll talk about transformation later. I just feel he lacks a little bit of beefiness, if you know what I'm saying. I just felt like on the show, he was like Colossus, or he was like a Bulkhead on the show for me. And, well, Bulkhead wasn't, I don't think he was even created yet. But that's how it felt like. He was a little beefy. He was the muscle of the group. And when you look at the figure, sculpt-wise, you get to see a little thinness of the silhouette and the basic idea that they put on with this Rhinox figure. Yes, I get it. There's a lot of mass here on the arms, on the legs. But if you look at the torso, you know, there's a little bit lacking in mass. It's not to say that it's a bad figure. It's a good figure. I love the way things go. I love the seamlessness of the robot mode, despite all the kibble. Okay, also, if you move the arms and legs apart, look at this. Articulation for the arms, I get it. They have to put the hinge here. There's no other way to do it. There's a swivel here and butterfly joints here. But you begin to see a lot of that thinness or lack of massiveness from this figure. And that's probably the main thing that's bugging me with the figure. And it's not even a big complaint. It's probably a nitpick. It could have made the figure a little bit more perfect had they filled that out. I'm sure a lot of third-party companies are fast at work and doing upgrade kits for this figure. But other than that, I'm actually pretty impressed with this figure. Going back to articulation, he's got a ball jointed neck. He's got a waist swivel, a little bit hindered because of these pieces, the chest piece and yeah, basically it. Chest piece and this piece right here. It's blocking the motion of the swivel. Shoulders, as I mentioned, has butterfly joints. It goes in and out. You get a elbow swivel hinge right here. A wrist swivel would have been nice. It was unnecessary, I agree, but it would have been nice so you could get him in a pose like when he's taking on the Predacons, and because when he's like, bring it on, Megatron, it would have been nice if you could twist that fist just to, yeah, Megatron, bring it on. Something like that. Okay, the hips can go in and out, a little bit hindered by these panels right here. You can go forward and backwards. There's a thigh swivel, very tight thigh swivel. Hinge knees. And the rocker tilt. Now, lest we forget, he does come with his cannons. They plug in at the back. You can actually plug him on either hand. This. Okay, and you can go shoot. Rhinox looking good with the rest of the Maximals from the Kingdom line. Just waiting on Cybertron, and we'll have the whole team complete. So, transformation. Here we go. Get rid of the weapons. And then you combine these two pieces together. Okay. And then this piece right here, you're going to fold it up like that. Go ahead and transform this bit right here, the arms. That. Same thing here. That. Rotate like this. And then what you need to do is really just to I'll move this up like this, open the mouth, and then move these shoulder panels back like this. It's a 5-step treatment for Hasbro in the instruction. And then fold the arms or the front legs of the Rhino forward like this. So what you need to do is fold those shoulder pieces back, and the butterfly joints should fold forward like this. That's what you need to do. If you could do that, then you're good. Okay, and then the head of the rhino goes over his head. You can keep the head this way, or the instructions tell you to just rotate it this way and then this way, and then open the mouth. Okay, and put this one up like this. Okay, now the legs. The legs are actually the most difficult part. So what you want to do is you want to fold these down like this. Go ahead and prep this side panels right here, because it's going to be more difficult to do so once everything's folded up with the legs. So go ahead and just line those panels up with those leg panels like that. Okay, yeah, that to me is the easiest to do it, because those are the last bit of the instructions, and it's pretty difficult once everything's combined. So open these pieces right here, open this, open, swipe out like this, okay, and then these are going to fold out like this, and then the feet, they're going to rotate like this and like this. Okay, and then the feet, the actual robot feet, they're going to move like this, and then tab like that. Instructions tell you do it in six steps or 3 steps. You do it in 1 step. Okay, and then here is the doozy. Okay, what you want to do is you want to fold that hinge right there 90 degrees and sneak in the heel spur underneath this this piece right here. Do the same with this other leg, and yep. Okay. I mean, it is a mess right now, but once you clear everything, I guarantee you it's going to be fine and satisfying. Okay, then the hind legs, or the rump, you're going to have to fold it this way. The hinges kind of just fall into place. You just have to fold the panels correctly, and then they're going to fall into place. Now, before you close everything up, this bit, his blaster cannons, are going to fit right here in between his thighs, or the knee joints. That, okay, tab everything like this, close everything up. Oh, I missed that bit right there. Okay, same thing here. Okay, these are gonna tab in like that, and voila. That wasn't so difficult, right? Thank you to everybody who's messaged me for my haul video, during my haul video of Rhinox, and warned me of the transformation. Thank you for the warning, fair warning. But it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's not as bad as how some of the reviewers actually make it out to be. So here he is in his alt mode. Tail is molded in. There's hardly any articulation. You know, the front legs can kind of move forward. The back legs can kind of move like this. But I don't really mind the rhino beast of Rhinox being a statue, because this kind of animal, you don't really need to pose it around or have it articulated. You just have him standing around, and the way you play with these things are like this. Rawr, rawr. When I was a kid, that's how I played with a toy rhinoceros. Like, so you hop it like that. That's how you move these animals, and you don't really need some articulation. So I'm pretty cool with it. There's a lot of stuff hanging about here, nothing to cover it up. That's all well and good. There's a little bit of gray pieces, green pieces sticking out like that. That's all pretty good. But overall, the way it transforms is not so much of a shell former. And I love the fact that Hasbro did some effort in trying to not just, okay, you stand him up, he's a robot, and you put him down, he's an animal, he's a beast. They might have over-engineered the leg section, just like what they did with Earthrise Cliffjumper and a bunch of other War for Cybertron Trilogy figures. But to me, it's all well and good. Pretty satisfying once you get it done in beast mode. And so some final thoughts on Kingdom Rhinox. Well, the alt mode looks good enough for me. The robot mode looks okay. I had a few comments on the heft and beefiness of the robot mode. Transformation, well, it's a little bit tedious. It's bordering on annoying, but not enough to be a deal breaker for me. I think once you get around to doing it, it can be pretty satisfying. I agree they kind of over-engineered the legs a little bit, but I do like the effort of Hasbro trying not to have the usual, stand him up, he's a robot, put him down, he's an animal. So I'm going to give the figure, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's a great addition to your Beast Wars characters in the Kingdom line. I highly recommend this figure. If you still have the Thrilling 30, to me that's, I think, still a good toy. You don't have to go out of your way hunting this figure down. But if you want, I think, a more accurate look to Rhinox as he looked like on the show, I think this is a Rhinox for you. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of new Kingdom Rhinox. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.